I will meet you with my heart, heart to heart. Let us meet again, and then may we become more of who we are, more of who we are. I will touch you with my soul, soul to soul. Let us touch again, and then may we become more of who we are, more of who we are. I will meet you silently, breath to breath. Let us breathe as one, and then may we become more of who we are, more of who we are. I will meet you with my heart, heart to heart. Let us meet again, and then may we become more of who we are, more of who we are. I will meet you silently, breath to breath. Let us breathe as one, and then may we become more of who we are. I want to be more of who we are. We gotta be more of who we are. We can be more of who we are. I gotta be more who we are, who we are. More of who we are. We are the joy, we are the peace, yeah. More of who we are. We are the light, yeah. More of who we are.
Jackie Walden and Daille Kettrell. Reverend Jackie Walden. Thank you both very much. Welcome to the Center for Conscious Living. We're thrilled that you're here today. I want to start off with a prayer. If you'll repeat after me. I open my heart to the universe, accepting peace and love. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and joy. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and complete health. And so it is. So welcome. We've got a wonderful service planned for you today. As we already mentioned, the wonderful Reverend Jackie Walden and Daille Kettrell are doing our beautiful music. We have practitioners around the Zoom. I want you to take a moment and just let go. Be right here in this moment, right here, right now, because this is the moment and the activity of God. Let the day go and stand and be right here in this service, knowing that it is all in divine right order, knowing that we have practitioners around the Zoom holding the high watch for all of us, knowing the truth, knowing that we are completely whole, healed, complete, knowing that this service is the activity of God, knowing that God is for us and flowing through and to us. So let go of any concerns, doubts, limitations, any worries, and be right here, right now. Our practitioners, our second practitioner does the prayers, disseminates the prayers to all the practitioners, and that's Joanne. I'm hoping I'm getting this right, Jalkowitz, and she will be sending out the prayers to all the practitioners. So if you have prayers, if you want to be on the prayer list, please get on you can send them into the church office to Marlene, and Marlene will get them to Joanne and out to us. It's a wonderful opportunity to let go and know that you're being taken care of by CCL, by the practitioners. Our third practitioner is the great Lynn Scheider, our anchor. So thanks, Lynn, and Joanne. She's been holding the high watch also. Our pastoral support, who does all the stuff behind the scenes, does the chat and all that kind of good stuff. It's Reverend Marlene Volper. And our first practitioner is the wonderful, amazing, loving Reverend Dr. Carol Lawson.
Good morning, everybody. You may know or may hear later, 4 of us just came back from the Anton, the Affiliated New Thought Network conference, Reverend Paul and Reverend Marlene and Regina and myself, and Reverend Cassandra was attending on Zoom. There may have been others of you that we couldn't see all the people, but I was asked to do an opening prayer one of the mornings, and I felt drawn to read a poem first, and I'm going to do it here as well, and just bringing all of the beauty and the energy of that conference here to all of the beauty and the energy of us as we gather as CCL. It's a poem that I may have read before. It's by Shalane Harkin in her book, Susceptible to Light. She's an ecstatic poet in the tradition and a mystic in the tradition of Rumi and Hafiz. In fact, this is her second book, Let Us Dance. And this poem is called The Worst Thing. The worst thing we ever did was put God in the sky out of reach, pulling the divinity from the leaf, sifting out the holy from our bones, insisting God isn't bursting dazzlement through everything we've made a hard commitment to see as ordinary, stripping the sacred from everywhere to put in a cloud man elsewhere, prying closeness from your heart. The worst thing we ever did was take the dance and the song out of prayer, make it sit up straight and cross its legs, removed it of rejoicing, wiped clean its hip sway, its questions, its ecstatic yowl, its tears. The worst thing we ever did is pretend God isn't the easiest thing in this universe, available to every soul in every breath. And so I invite you to take that breath, to deepen into this realization that the power and the presence of God is absolutely right here, that it is everywhere. This limitless love, this infinite creative power, this limitless potential, this abundance, this peace, this joy. And so we just sink into our own hearts and then into this one heart, creating this field that is the center for conscious living this morning, knowing it to be that place where presence is expressing itself in and through each person, all those that are called to speak, to sing, to play music, to pray, to participate in every way. This presence permeates us, restores us, uplifts us, makes each breath new. We give thanks knowing that this is the truth and that we are blessed and a blessing. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Carol. I will bring her up later on in the service, but I want you to know that the amazing, wonderful, just beacon of love, Cassandra Butler, is doing our talk today. So I'll bring her up later on. Right now, we have the amazing Reverend Jackie and Daille Kettrell.
Thank you, Reverend Paul. So we're going to do this song that you've all heard before, Oh Yaheya, which means praise the Spirit.
I am listening to the music of the Holy Spirit. Oh, what a song God is singing. I will listen all day long. I will listen all day long. Oh yeah, hey ya. 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 Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh yeah, hey ya. 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 Hallelujah. Oh yeah, hey ya. Oh yeah, hey ya. Hallelujah. I am lifting in the love of the Holy Spirit. Oh, what a song God is being. Praise the Spirit all day long. Praise the Spirit all day long. Oh yeah, hey ya. 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 Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh yeah, hey ya. 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 Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh yeah, hey ya. Oh yeah, hey ya. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I am moving to the rhythm of the Holy Spirit. Oh, what a song God inspired, keeps me dancing. My faith is strong, keeps me dancing. My faith is strong. Oh yeah, hey ya. Oh yeah, hey ya. Oh yeah, hey ya. Praise the Spirit. Oh yeah, hey ya. Oh yeah, hey ya. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh yeah, hey ya. 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 Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh yeah, hey ya. Oh yeah, hey ya. Hallelujah. Listen, there's a silence in the stillness of the Holy Spirit. Oh, what a light God is sharing. Let us see it everywhere. Let us be it everywhere. yeah, hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, hey, yeah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, yeah, hey, yeah. 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 Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, yeah, hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, hey, yeah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, yeah, hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, hey, yeah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, yeah, hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, hey, yeah. Hallelujah.
Beautiful, Reverend Jackie and Daille. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'd like to bring back up Reverend Carol to do our inspirational reading and our affirmation.
Beautiful, Jackie and Daille, thank you. So I'm still reading from Shalane Harkin's book. She's a young poet, lives in the Pacific Northwest, I think. I know she has 2 kids, 2 and 4. For those of you that might not know, I am moving in the middle of moving to Texas, where my biological family is. There's quite a bit of my family right here, and that won't change. But most of my books are there. So Marlene scanned in an Ernest Holmes reading, which is about new beginnings, which is what Cassandra will be talking about as well. And I'm going to read the one quote from Isaiah, "For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth." And it feels to me like another poem from this mystic poet is another new way to bring out this deep relationship with God. I'm reading this poem because of something that comes in the very last line, and it's about opening our hearts, which is the only way that we can move into this new beginnings. It's called Name Drop Gods. For years, I thought I had to name drop Hindu gods for my poetry to be valid. But I hadn't really met any yet. I thought I needed to read all the sacred scriptures, but they were also dense and cumbersome. Perhaps if I listed a couple yoga pose names, yes, any kind of Sanskrit must be the key to making my words spiritual and enlightened. Be a bit more esoteric, Shalane, a bit harder to unravel. Make your poetry a necklace of tangled prayer beads. Your readers will want to extract God more from your poetry for not being able to access it. Well, thank God all that has changed. And thank God it turns out all scripture, every spiritual encounter, every holy ordinance is repeating the same universal simplicity over and over and over. It's either saying, open your heart, or nothing at all. And so I invite you to allow your heart to open as we read the affirmation together. I affirm that this is the day that God has made, that it is good, and that I find fulfillment in it. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Reverend Carol. So it is absolutely my pleasure to introduce Cassandra Butler. Cassandra, I've known Cassandra 13, 14 years. She was a practitioner. She took practitioner training before I did, has been a beacon of light and peace and love for CCL, through CCL, out into the world. I got the joy of doing practitioner training with her, ministerial training with her.
Mm-hmm.
She is just the kindest, most gentle, most loving person on this planet. I can't say enough wonderful things about this beautiful light. She is now on our board, thank God. She is a religious science minister. She got her that degree from Emerson. She's also a doctorate. She's got a doctorate of spiritual. Sorry. Mm-hmm. The spiritual studies. Thank you from Emerson also. So Cassandra, thanks for being here. I just, one of my favorite knowings of Cassandra is she used to do this, the ABCs of God. She'd go through the attributes of God and start with A and just rally. It was just so beautiful because it was just the divine flowing through her, and she'd go on through her prayer A to Z, and it was just like, wow, you just lay back and go and just relax into it. So thank you for being here. I introduce the Reverend Cassandra Butler.
Oh, thank you, Reverend Paul, for that wonderful greeting. And good morning, CCL family. So welcome everything to begin again. I'm going to start out by defining the words of the title. Welcome, surprisingly, as an adjective, noun, and verb basically means the same. It's reception, a greeting in a friendly or glad manner. There's a courtesy about it, a cordiality. But we're used to using the words acceptance and allowing. And there's also commitment to receive pleasure, or believe it or not, some people even welcome danger. And therein lies the rub, so to speak. So the word everything is total as a pronoun, or complete. I mean, it's all. There's everything inclusive in that word, everything. So I'd like to share a few thoughts with you this morning to consider, or at least be willing to consider what I'm about to talk about, but I think everybody here will be familiar with it. So the object of welcoming everything is about accepting whatever arises. So there's alignment and balance and ultimately evolution. This is not about shaming or blaming or rejecting or even pushing away, because ultimately who we blame or shame or push, there's a boomerang effect. You will eventually get rejected. It'll come back to you. And even the Course in Miracles, now Ken has said it, and John Mundy, never attack. Remember not to attack. Attack is a mistake, and it involves projection. So the issue or concern about our feelings and attitudes and emotions is that it's really low vibrational energy or frequency. We know that everybody lives at a different level of consciousness. So that's where those kind of feelings and attitudes come from. But in this place that we call home on planet Earth, it is the illusion of duality in all parts of our lives. Two sides of the same coin. So we come here with a purpose. Everybody comes here with kind of a specific purpose and mission, but the generic purpose and mission for everyone is to be happy. But guess what? With the duality, you can have happiness, but you cannot have it with a little bit of suffering or pain. And in fact, suffering or pain can be optional, but that's a topic for another time. So the amount that you experience is really up to each one of us. Because after all, free will, and it can be a witch, because we're responsible for our lives and the choices that we make. But remember, we can minimize it through the spiritual practices that we do here at CCL, meditation, prayer, affirmation. So my question is, does anybody really think they are exempt from any pain or suffering? Remember, even Jesus wasn't exempt. Who wants to sign up for that mission? I believe we are here to witness our own participation in life because we are living in interesting times. So the question is now the time to just let it all go and open up and allow? So what is your default? It's the tendency to welcome everything that's going on around you, not only the joy and the fun and the pleasure and the happiness, but also the sadness and some grief, the pain, not getting our way, uncertainty. And then there's loss, which includes death. And that can be the ultimate or the greatest teacher or gift. After all, who are we to judge the amount of time that anyone stays in any of those feelings during their journey? So it's no surprise or shock that anyone should know that there are going to be consequences when we don't allow or embrace the circumstances, the events, the incidents around us. So the first thing affected is the body. Stress, isn't that kind of the number one harm that we do to ourselves? Stress, and then there's fear, conflict, confusion, doubt. So again, think about your default habit. Do you welcome or do you go straight to fear? Again, low frequency. And if you're not careful, it can spiral you in a place or a state of limitation or lack, to the place where the capacity is diminished. You don't have access to that higher mind. And you can even start to waver in your faith. So resistance is futile. I always love that phrase that said on Star Trek Next Generation by Captain Picard, resistance is futile. So here we are in the 21st century, and he's talking about it in the 25th century. So, let's just welcome and allow all of our experiences to unfold. That's how we learn and grow and mature to evolve. So the other beauty of welcoming everything is you get to live a full and whole life. And let me tell you the reason I'm at CCL. It really is about the word welcome. We haven't gotten to that part of the program yet, but the blessings for the visitors and the new friends. Do you know how awesome that feels to have 50 and 100 people with their hands raised and you're standing there and they're beaming in all that love and light at you? It was like a Jerry Maguire moment. CCL had me at welcome. And then a month later, surprisingly, I became the volunteer coordinator. I mean, wow. So, that was divinely orchestrated. So, to be whole, we must accept and connect all those parts of ourselves. And the beauty of New Thought communities is we're willing to do the work, not only for ourselves, but for humanity. Just consider and ponder the idea or the concept that by welcoming everything, we are, I am, you are literally and figuratively accepting, just allowing yourself to be content. And that's another wonderful word for me. Content to the point where it's almost boring, no highs and no lows. You're just tranquil, right in the middle, just accepting life as it is. I'm saying you don't have to love or like what's going on in your life and the incidents around you, but at least just be okay with it. Maybe you're not having your way today, And we know that we're not in control. I think we all know that. So always remembering that this too shall pass. So life is a series of experiences with trials and tribulations, gains and losses, pleasure and the pain. And again, you can't have one without the other. So the pain is between two pleasures or good, and the pleasure or good is between two pains. So it's back and forth. And they're all about lessons. So I always go to the serenity prayer, except those things I cannot change when real challenges come up, because I know it is about the lesson. So therein, to be detached, or at least have the discernment to figure out what is the lesson, and just go with the flow. And I think the beauty of children's songs, remember that song, Row, Row, Row Your Boat? Man, that's a life lesson in and of itself. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Nobody says to push about going upstream. So all you have to do is get in the boat and just allow it to carry you wherever you're destined to be. And I know that to welcome and allow and embrace opens us up to all new possibilities, new friends, new opportunities, and especially abundance in all areas, because it's coming from the heart. And that means you've attracted it. So I'd like to tell the story of a parable of the Chinese farmer, and this kind of says it all. Of course, it's over 2,000 years old. It was relevant then, and it's still relevant now. A Chinese farmer gets a horse, which soon runs away. And the neighbor says, "Oh, that's bad news." But the farmer replies, "Good news, bad news, who can say?" The horse comes back and he brings another horse. Good news, you might say. So the farmer gives the second horse to his son. The son rides it, and then the son is thrown from the horse and breaks his leg. "So sorry for the bad news," says the neighbor. And the farmer replies, "Good news, bad news, who can say?" So in about a week or so, the emperor's men come and take every able-bodied young man, to take him away to fight in a war. And obviously the farmer's son is spared because of his broken leg. So of course the neighbor is saying, "Oh, how lucky you are." But again, for the farmer, good news, bad news, who could say? Now you can look at it as good news, but it is kind of interesting. So that's the kind of contentment, the even keel that we should demonstrate if we can practice every now and then. So this is a Taoist tale that emphasizes peace, detachment, and receptivity. So there are no extremes, no anger or upset, and no over-the-top happiness or joy. It's just a time for peace and calm. And I tell you this story because I don't want you to necessarily look at the times that we're living in, these interesting times, as bad news, even though that's what the TV is forecasting. I believe we meaning humanity, a lot of us just have not been paying attention to all the signs and symbols that the universe has been trying to give us. Now, it is my understanding that this so-called virus or pandemic was foretold by Nostradamus or even Edgar Cayce. It is the ultimate wake-up call. Shake, rattle, and roll. So what is waking up about, and how do we do it, or what are we waking up to? Reverend Paul says it every week. We're waking up to our own divine, true nature. And Jackie just sang it. May we become more of who we are. How do we do that? We can connect with the universe or spirit, again, with our spiritual practices of meditation and prayer, grounding, affirmations, visualization, and whatever modality you'd like to use. And this divine pause, because truly that is a divine pause, because it's across the whole planet. So who else other than Holy Spirit or divine could give us a chance to witness what we've co-created here? If we don't like it, so begin again, we can redesign, restruct, reassign. We get to heal ourselves. We get to heal misuse of power. And we can bring the love and light back to not only the body and mind, but to all those systems and structures, and just make it for everyone. Now we know that history or time is cyclic. So we're officially out of the Kali Yuga age, the age of bronze, the negativity, the corruption, the greed, ego, materialism, and into the golden age. So it's supposed to be 1,000 years of peace and plenty, but we're just at the beginning stage of it. So the pandemic has brought the negativity to the light. We see it, we don't like it. So now we get a chance to begin again. Well, we welcome what we're seeing, even though we don't like it. But now we have the chance to redesign, restruct, reassign, and we get to do it all over again. That's the beauty of it. So this golden age of Aquarius, of peace and plenty, love and light, the divine feminine is ruling. That means it's going to be a little bit softer. That's the consciousness of the love and light that nurtures and nourishes everyone. So what the world is witnessing is the last remnants of what all of us, what we manifested and that we did to ourselves on this planet with our BS. Belief system, BS, our thoughts turn into words, words turn into deeds and actions, actions turn into habits. And out of those habits, we get our values, and therein lies we create our destiny. So maybe it doesn't apply to you, but for me, to welcome everything means most of 2020 and part of this year, I was asking myself, what thoughts or habits did I have or do I have that contributed to what was going on? And this is where you really have to be compassionate with yourself and just reflect back, because you don't want to put yourself down. Everybody makes mistakes. That's what we're here for. And I realized that maybe I could have been a little bit kinder in some situations, and maybe I could have served more or demonstrated more respect or been less critical. But ultimately, just stop. What's past is past, and the future has not come. And in this here now moment of now, we're really creating our next future. So it is about being present, being vigilant, just be, just breathe, and just step back and allow or welcome and know that we've all done the best that we can with what we have up until this now moment. Now, it is a scripture, and assuming that that scripture is true, we are never giving more than we can bear. So we know that we know all is in divine right order. And I know that in every moment of life, I can, you can, we can begin again. After all, whose life is it? God's life. Spirit, activated and animated as one with the appearance of 8 billion souls on the planet, playing the role and doing that which is ours to do. Now, it's all good news, and that sometimes good comes out of the so-called bad. And bad is just another metaphor for lesson. It's all about the lessons learned. Now, I personally can witness and testify to this. And then when we welcome and allow everything and not push away or resist, I'm okay with anybody and everybody that wants to dance in the street. I'm okay with anybody and everybody that wants to be fat, dumb, and happy. I'm okay with anybody and everybody who wants to sing and shout from the top of their lungs that you're stupid. I'm okay with anybody and everybody that wants to sing to high heaven that God is love, because it's all true, all of it. So that's the welcoming or embracing. And it comes from a much more expansive space, a kind of freedom and liberation. So much less judgment, fewer regrets. Does anybody really want to drop the body and leave here with a lot of regrets because you didn't say something or do something? No. So with fewer regrets, that means we're less reactive and we're not in the defensive mode. And here we get the discernment and a sense of peace and wisdom. And that's what's in the forefront of us as our reality. So quote by Ernest Holmes about unity does not mean uniformity. So we are all one through this divine, and yet the oneness does not mean sameness. Each person is a direct, equal emanation of the divine. We're all unique, we're all perfect, we're all whole in our own diversity, all endowed with equal access to the prosperity and love of the universe. So to begin again for me means to always be looking for the blessing and the miracle, the silver lining out of that so-called bad incident or event. The blessing is coming. Just hold on. Personally, there have been many times where I've questioned something that was denied me, said to me, or happened to me, to later see that it truly was a blessing in disguise. It may be a month later or a year later, but the universe knows what it's doing. So let's just welcome and deepen and revel and just bask in that awareness that God and life and love is now and forever good. And it knows what it is doing, even though our human minds do not. After all, you can run, but you can't hide. Spirit is still in charge of this divine play. How sweet it is. So in the words of Chief Arbol Looking Horse of the Lakota, Nakota, Dakota nations, he says that each of us is put here in this time and this place to personally decide the future of humankind. Did you think you were here for something else? So I started thinking about that quote. I mean, it's profound and awesome. And then I said, wait a minute. Less than 150 years ago, there was only 1.5, maybe 2 billion souls or bodies on the planet. And now there are 8 billion. So going on here? What's unique and special about this time? I'm talking the 20th and 21st centuries. And we know what it is. It's the divine pause. The reasoning is to awaken humanity. Wake up, wake up. We are here to transform to the Christ. We're the ones we've been waiting for. Are we waiting for somebody to come save us? We know how to do that. We're New Thought people, right? I give a lot of credit to New Thought people. We know how to do this. So, beloved, my beloved, welcome everything to begin again. Begin again because we can. It is that simple, because we can. We all know it is never too late, and we also know we are already forgiven. Begin again because every saint has a past, and every sinner or soul has a future. We know that love points the way. Begin again because our BS belief system determines how fast or slow we come into our own true nature. Begin again because you know you are the light of the world. Begin again because it is our intention to leave the world in a much better place than we found it. Begin again because mankind, humanity is worth it. Begin again because there is only one of us here as we live and move and have our being in spirit. Begin again because this is what we need and what we want. Begin again because we know it's about expansion and evolving the human collective consciousness into the heart center. Begin again because it is time to work together to use our power to create a healthy, joyful planet Earth. Begin again because we have the faith of God and it is time to move our feet. In other words, treat or pray and then act. It's time to act. And begin again because we want to witness Spirit, God, Holy Presence, delight in its own message and expression of expansion and evolution, because love is the sole authority. So I'd like to end with, I'm not going to do a treatment this time. I'd like to end with the Prayer for World Peace by Ernest Holmes. You know, we used to say it on the first Sundays, right before the oneness blessing, after the meditation. And I kind of feel like this is our charge for all of humanity. It's like, because remember, Holmes never wanted to start a church. So he has given us this vision and mission. And I think for us to begin again, we already got our mission. So here we go. A Prayer for World Peace by Ernest Holmes. I know there is but one mind, which is the mind of God, in which all people live and move and have their being. I know there is a divine pattern for humanity, and within this pattern, there is infinite harmony and peace, cooperation, unity, and mutual helpfulness. I know that the mind of humankind, being one with the mind of God, shall discover the method, the way, and the means best fitted to permit the flow of divine love between individuals and nations. Thus, harmony, peace, cooperation, unity, and mutual helpfulness are experienced by all. I know there will be free interchange of ideas, of cultures, of spiritual concepts, of ethics, of educational systems, and scientific discoveries, for all good belongs to all alike. I know that because divine mind has created us all, we are bound together in one infinite and perfect unity. I know that all people and all nations will remain individual, but unified for the common purpose of promoting peace, happiness, harmony, and prosperity. I know that deep within each person, the divine pattern of perfect peace is already implanted. I now declare that in each person and in leaders of thought everywhere, this divine pattern moves into action and form to the end that all nations and all people will live together in peace, harmony, and prosperity forever. And so it is. Thank you, CCL. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Cassandra. That was brilliant. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I loved the divine pause. Pause and take in the divine. It's all just brilliant. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now we have an opportunity to open the floodgates of prosperity, of financial abundance. Now it's time to thank CCL, to love CCL, to just know that this is your spiritual food, that this is your spiritual home, that there's no place you'd rather be. And here's an opportunity to give and to allow CCL to grow and thrive financially. So we're asking you to give your tithes to CCL. They're in the chat. There are different ways to tithe to CCL. So I'm going to bring up Reverend Marlene to read our offertory blessing. And remember this affirmation.
So if you would all speak the affirmation with me. Thank you, God, for this abundance that is mine to share. I bless this gift and give it to thee in gratitude and joy, knowing that as I give, I do receive.
Knowing that as I give, I do receive. It's a flow. As I give, I receive. Love you. Next, we have the amazing Jackie Walden, Reverend Jackie Walden, and Daille Kettrell.
Thank you, Reverend Paul. All right. So this song, many of you have heard of the Ho'oponopono, a beautiful Hawaiian prayer for forgiveness, but forgiveness for ourselves and others. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. You can sing it with me. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Forgive me. Thank you.
sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Forgive me. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Forgive me. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. Sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Forgive me. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. One more time. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you, and I love you.
Thank you, Reverend Jackie and Daille. That was beautiful. So, as Cassandra was talking about, we have our welcoming prayer to visitors for the first time, but it's for everybody. This prayer is just for all of us to share together. So, if you will repeat after me, hold your hands up, send out the light and the love, and repeat after me. Welcome to the Center for Conscious Living. We are a heart-centered spiritual community. We open ourselves to you in love. We recognize the perfection of God within you. We celebrate the joyous being that you are. You are a radiant point of light. We are blessed by your presence. Welcome home. So we have a mastermind covenant, which I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the very end, I'm hoping Marlene has the love unfolds in the chat. So it should be in the chat. If not, just repeat after me. The love of God enfolds me. The mind of God inspires me. The Spirit of God enlightens me. The power of God encircles me. I am in God and all is well. For I am enthusiastic, excited, expectant, and at peace. So you can turn to your Zoom neighbor and say, I'm grateful God has heard you. I'm grateful God has heard you.
God has heard you.
So now, you find it, we have our announcements. Marlene, you want to talk first?
Sure. First of all, I'd like to say that if any of you joined us for the Anton conference, I'm glad that you guys did. And if you didn't, I want everybody to know that the Anton conference is open to everybody in our community. It's not just open to ministers and practitioners. It is open to the general membership of the Center for Conscious Living. And it is a beautiful and wonderful place to experience spiritual renewal, spiritual recharge. We all look forward to it every year as a way to get ourselves re-energized. And there's a new theme every year, and they bring in such wonderful speakers. If any of you check out the speaker series on the last Thursday of the month on Antin, which we try to keep you informed about. Many of those speakers have been the speakers at the conference, and they are just amazing, just amazing. It's a beautiful organization of nurturing and loving souls, and I encourage everybody to check it out. And the reason why I say it now, even though the conference isn't until this time next year, is because the conference sells out really quickly, especially the hotel rooms. So if you're even remotely considering it, I would call and reserve a hotel room, because there really is no charge to cancel. But it's really an experience that I encourage everybody to participate in. And the other thing that I'd like everybody to know is that part of being part of a spiritual community means to give back and be in service with your time, talents, and tithing. And at this time, we are looking for someone that can help us do the job that I do. And it doesn't have to be a practitioner, it doesn't have to be a minister. It can be anybody in the community at large. It's not hard to do. It basically is a cut and paste process. And I'm happy to teach anybody that is willing to give it a whirl. It would be extremely, extremely helpful to us on Sundays. We need some more volunteers to help us make service happen the way that it does. So if anybody's interested, either call the office or email me at the office, and I'll be happy to fill you in on how that works. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Reverend Marlene. To piggyback off what she said, I want to also invite you today. If you sign up for the Antin conference, it is considerably cheaper. They've got an early bird special. The wonderful thing, including what Marlene was saying about the conference, is it's for you. When I go to the conference, I get revitalized, and the love is palpable, the support, the understanding, the divinity of it. It's just everybody's there in love and support. You remember, because everybody's talking about science of mind and the divine and our thoughts, and it's wonderful. So if you're even considering it, go do it, because it's spiritual food for you. Janine Burns hands out these little cards, spiritual food in the morning, that are affirmations and stuff through the day. You get to meet people that you may not have met before, and we communicate. I met 2 people this time that I've gotten emails and phone numbers from, and we're communicating. It's just an opportunity to further open up to the divine and relax and just take the divine in. So, like I said, there's an early bird price for the conference. I think it's $400. It's normally $600. So today, if you sign up today, also, as Marlene said, the hotels fill up fast. And this is a nice hotel, man. The rooms are really wonderful. The food is delicious. The food was off the hook this year. And it's at Unity Village in Kansas, outside of Kansas City, Missouri. It's actually Lee Summit. But Unity Village is just extraordinary. It is divine. They give us a really good compliment. They've said this before, but this year they said, we know when you guys are here, we can feel the consciousness and the love. So they accept us, we accept them. It's a glorious time. So I invite you to come and just be and hang out. The music's wonderful. The workshops are brilliant. So there's my pitch on the Antin conference. So if it calls to you even just a little bit, jump on it. Jump on it. Next, I would like to bring up Mary Law, because she's got a class coming up.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Mary.
So good to see everyone today. Hi, Reverend Paul. I have a class coming up. We're going to start November 11th. It's 5 Thursdays, so it'll be over 6 weeks because of Thanksgiving. And this, the focus of this class is on an energetic structure that's called the pillar of light. So it's basically this central column of light that moves through the center of our bodies, right in front of our spine, that the 7 Kundalini chakras are located within. And then the column above the head, the column below the body that anchors us to the center of the earth, the one above the head anchors us to the higher vibrational frequencies that are non-physical. And every week we're going to focus on a different energy center within the 3 aspects of the column of light. It's called the pillar of light. And we're going to focus on the area above the head, one of the energy centers here. We're going to focus within the head, then within the heart, then within the earth. And what we're doing is developing habits within our energy system for drawing high vibrational energies from the heavens and from within the earth through our energetic structure, so that when we receive, say, a Reiki healing or some sort of energetic transmission, we can flow that energy in the most efficient way. And so as we come into states and spaces in this world around us, we're also processing energy more efficiently, so that which is the slower, denser energy that doesn't really serve us is getting flushed out and not sticking to us energetically. That which serves us is going into the chakras and the meridians and the nadis and distributing itself within us physically and through our layers of our subtle anatomy in a way that's most efficient. And so we're going to do, this is the second in the series called the Exploratorium of Energy. So we'll actually meditatively explore one energy center each week. And then I'll do a channeled transmission of a high vibrational frequency that will serve you in some way, whether it be physically, spiritually, emotionally. And we'll focus one transmission that corresponds to the nature of the energy that's most efficiently handled by the energy center we're working on that week. And then we'll practice drawing that energy through and giving ourselves like a beautiful toroidal field of energy that moves these healing frequencies through your system most efficiently. So I hope you can join me, and I look forward to starting with all of you. Thanks so much, Reverend Paul.
Thanks, Mary. Go to that workshop. Mary's brilliant. Next month, on the 14th, we have Rick Moss coming, and he's doing a workshop, Love and Emotional Intimacy for Relationships Now and to Be. Rick is amazing. He's such a gentle, gentle soul. And the consciousness that comes through that man is just beautiful. That's all I can say. So please be there, because Rick is just profound. And the workshop will be off the hook. We have Red Tent on the 6th, 11/6. We have the men's group, 3rd Sunday of the month. We had the BIPOC, Haji's BIPOC is held off until 2022. We have Ken Davis and Course in Miracles, 2nd and 4th Monday of the month. I want to thank everybody who was at the CCL picnic yesterday. It was wonderful. It was great to see you all. Junie, real quick, if you can talk real quick about the fundraiser.
Sure, absolutely. So I think most of you know by now, if you want to participate in the Solar Revolution, we have a wonderful fundraising opportunity with a local solar farm. You can contact Marty or me. The wonderful piece about this, you'll get a little discount on your electric bill, and they will donate, if we sign up this month, $200. Wow, to CCL without any cost to you, signing up for anything. It's really extraordinary. Anyway, we're having a meeting, another meeting, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday, I think November 9. And I have asked them a million questions, and then I've asked them a million questions again. So if you want to come back to the meeting, if you've been there before and still have questions, or you haven't heard about this yet, please join us on November 9th at 7, or you can call Marty or me, and we'll talk with you as much as you'd like about it. So anything, Paul, that I missed?
I think you got it.
Okay.
Thanks, Jim.
Oh, and Marty posted the link and all that in about it in the
chat.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And we can talk about wind turbines. Somebody mentioned something. We could talk about that too, but it's a little different.
But this is an opportunity for you to save on your electric bill and help CCL and help the planet by getting your electric from solar farm. So it's a wonderful opportunity. We also have chanting every morning with the amazing Julie Fisher. She chants from 8 to 8:20. Great way to start your day. So now we have the wonderful and amazing voice of Reverend Jackie and Daille Kettrell.
Thank you, Reverend Paul. You say that with such enthusiasm. I appreciate that. All right, so you've been given a lot of good stuff today, and we're just going to close this out, put a little bookend on it, and encourage you to relax, as Reverend Cassandra said. Let go. Let all things be as they are. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. You can sing it with me, come on. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with everything that I have. I release my fear, 'cause it's all so clear. I am held, I am loved, I am safe. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And now let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And now I see what my life can be when I trust in the process and have faith. And now I know when I just let go, I have all and everything I need. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. See you one more time with me, come on. I relax, let go, release and
go. Release and surrender. I relax, let go. Release and surrender. All is well. All is well. All is well. All is well. I am well. I am well. You are well. You are well. All is well. I am well. All is well. All is well. All is well. Ooh, I forgot that part.
Love it. Love it. What an affirmation. That is a brilliant affirmation. I'm using that one. Thank you, Reverend Jackie and Daille. Now I bring up our amazing Reverend Carol to do our concluding affirmation.
So if you would repeat after me, something wonderful is happening to me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my body. Life is in my mind. Life is in my feelings. Life is in all my activities. I receive it. I share it. I am it. And I accept it just the way it is. Thank you, life. And accepting all of these gifts, we say, yes.
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 Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Reverend.
Okay. I'm putting on my mask. Oh.
Thanks for being here.
Look at Carol. Woo-hoo.
Cassandra and Jerry.
That's
Beautiful.
Oh, Jerry Sculpture. Look at that.
Enjoy.
All is well.
Beautiful sermon,
All is
Cassandra.
well.
It was lovely.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
wonderful, Cassandra. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
all.
you.
Brilliant,
Beautiful.
Cassandra.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Jackie and Daille, the singing was fabulous. I'm all relaxed now.
Yes.
That's good.
Oh.
Wonderful
Outstanding.
service. Thank you, Cassandra.
Yes.
Everyone.
What a way to start
Happy
the week.
Halloween, everybody.
Happy
Halloween.
Happy
Please
Halloween.
complete the community survey and then go sign up for the solar saving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it.
Cool.
Yeah. What a-
Jerry, it's good to see you. Love you. Bye.
I haven't decided what costume I'm wearing.
That headpiece is
That's the
fabulous.
one. That's
Reverend
the one,
Carol.
right?
Hi, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Bye-bye.
Happy Halloween.
Nice to
Happy
see you, Jerry.